Hi fellow travelers, Mark here with Wolters World, and today we're in Innsbruck, Austria, and today we have a very serious topic to talk about, and that is, how do you convince your friend that overpacks to pack less? Because we all have that friend that likes to take 3 bags on a weekend trip, or maybe they bring a full-size suitcase for an overnight adventure. Look, some people want to bring 19 pairs of shoes, or sometimes you really may want to bring the kitchen sink when you travel. We all have friends like this. We all have family members like this. It might be your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your spouse, your partner, your kids. Oh my gosh, when you first have your kids start traveling, they take so much when they pack on their own. But we got to talk about some honest ways to really have a discussion and get people to pack less when they travel. And this is actually a question that was brought to me by one of our Twitter followers, Pages of Pigs. Go check her out if you want on our website. But Paige will ask us, like, Mark, how can we do this? How can I convince them to do that? Because honestly, I've seen friendships end because of luggage. Because people bring too much and it makes it so frustrating for the people that don't have a lot of luggage. So I think the first thing you really need to do, you need to sit down and start with a pre-trip discussion about how many days you're going to be gone, what you're going to be doing on the trip, what's really going to be needed for when you're there. Because by having that conversation of that helps people eliminate, well, what if we do this? What if we do this? What if we do this? You go through your itinerary, talk about what you're going to do. You can list out what you do need to have. Oh, I don't need 6 bathing suits because we only have 1 day at the beach. I don't need 4 different sweaters because we're only going to be up in the mountains for 2 nights. You can start seeing these things by having that discussion. And that really helps just to have an idea of what really is needed to be taken with you, so you make sure they actually have what they need. Because I've known people, I've taken students all around the world, and I have students that will literally come with a huge suitcase and a backpack, which I no longer let them do because it's way too much stuff, and they didn't bring the basics things they needed, like toiletries and, you know, the suit we needed to go see the company that you're supposed to take. People will forget that because they'll be so focused on other things. So have that pre-trip discussion. Also, it's good to talk to them about why do they want to pack so much? Like, why do you think you need all of this? Because you've already had the itinerary. Well, then what do you need it for? We're not going skiing, so you don't need your skis. We're going to Innsbruck in June. There's no skiing going on then. And it's not like you're being mean, but it is actually having an honest conversation, because sometimes it's people that are just worried. Well, what if I poop myself 20 times? Because I have known people that will bring 20 pairs of underwear for a 5-day trip, okay? Maybe you need to have a conversation with them about that, but that's one of those things, is understanding that people do overpack sometimes because they're worried they won't have something they might need, okay? My dad, he brings 4 different inhalers, like the stuff to clear out his nose, just in case. What if one runs out? I'm like, well, why don't you check the sizes? That might help out. And sometimes it is going to help your friends pack. I know Jocelyn, my wife, she will actually go and help her friends pack for the trips so they're in a carry-on bag so they can do all the things they want to do without lugging that luggage around. So that might be a tip. Pack with them. Another thing you can do is discuss things that you can share. Do you both need to bring toothpaste? Do you both need to bring shampoo? Do you both need to bring different things? I mean, there's certain things that maybe, oh, only one needs to bring a curling iron or a hair straightener. These kind of things to eliminate the extras, that can help out as well. And the thing is, sometimes it's helpful to have a packing list. I mean, we have videos with packing lists that are out there. You look online, different destinations you're going to go to, they'll have packing lists to help you know what you should take and maybe what you shouldn't take. You know, and then you can just be practical with them and ask them, who's going to carry this suitcase? Who's going to carry those around? Because if you got 2 big bags and a suitcase and all this stuff, who's going to get around that way? And that gets people thinking, well, you're going to help me, right? And you have to be very firm. Look, I'm not carrying your bags. That's one of the big things I had to do. Is like, students, it's not my, I'm not taking your bags. I mean, these are college students. These aren't little kids. Like, you have to figure out how you're going to drag your 40-pound suitcase around Vienna, okay? Because that's one of the things you have to think about. And sometimes, like, oh, can I actually do this? And then say, hey, look, pack your stuff. Have them pack the things a few days before. Now you drag the stuff out to your car and see if you can get it there by yourself. And that actually, a lot of people learned, oh, that's a bit too much for me. If you're going to be traveling in Europe, you're going to be taking the trains, ask them, hey, lift up your suitcase above your head so you can put it into the overhead compartment. Because you can't do that. A lot of trains don't have storage on the floor, and they're not going to let you take up a seat because, oh, well, my bag's too heavy. No, person gets the seat, not your suitcase. So things like that can really help people kind of open their eyes. And it's not you being mean, it's just you saying, hey, can you lift that up? Because I'll tell you, people will not help you put your bag up. You may think they will, but they might not. Or they might help you get it up, and then there's nobody to help you get it down. So you want to be careful with that, especially if it's really heavy luggage. Also, kind of going along with that space thing, you might want to point out maybe a lack of space at the hotels you're going to. Hotels in Europe are usually much smaller. Like if you're going to Paris, you don't got a lot of room there. It's like going to New York City. There's not a lot of room to have lots of luggage when you're there. So you do need to kind of remind them, like, hey, where's stuff going to be? You know, like you're going to be living out of that and there's maybe not going to be anywhere to hang your stuff. There's not going to be a place to put it. That can help out. And of course, there's always the fear tactics to get people to pack less. Realize that if you have a lot of luggage, you become a target to pickpockets and thieves, because if you got 2 bags you're dragging behind you, right? And your backpack, you put it down, you got to wait. They'll take one bag. Are you going to leave your other bag behind to go chase after them? Because then someone else will take that. You're not going to do it. That's why it's really important for a safety sense to pack lighter. And that might be something else you talk to them about. You will be like encumbered with all of this. Also, I've seen people hurt their backs because their luggage was too heavy. Now, another conniving thing you can do, but actually something you'd probably want to do yourself, is remind them that you can always go shopping when you travel. You know what? I've bought underwear in Rwanda. Yep. I've gotten sweaters in Austria. Yep. I've gotten swim trunks in Australia. Yeah, they had it all there. Like, you can get it. I've gone to the Dominican Republic. I can get my sunblock there too. So don't think you have to take everything. And if you forget something, it's okay. They sell diapers everywhere in the world. But also what works is you remind them they can go shopping abroad is, hey, have stuff to buy there that you want to bring back home. Get those clothes from Europe, or maybe some cool toys or something from, Japan. So you're going to need space in your luggage. And then you remind them that, like, oh, you're right, I need space to bring back. And that might get them to leave some stuff out. Of course, it could backfire and they put another bag inside of their bag, so they bring back even more bags. But let's look on the bright side and think that that might get them to bring a little bit less with them. And then there's this. You may want to consider not traveling with your friend if they're overpacking so much that it is really bothering you, because you do need to talk to them. You do need to discuss these things, because if you've gone on 1 or 2 trips and they're overpacking, it's really making it frustrating for you, so you're not enjoying your vacation because you're helping them drag suitcases around and it's slowing you down. Honestly, it's okay not to travel with some of your friends because it's ruining your vacation. So, and I want you to have a great time. So that is the extreme version of not dealing with them, is literally not dealing with them because you're not traveling with them. But it's something you got to think about, because I do have friends that I'm like, yeah, I can't travel with them. They take too much stuff. Like we're going down to South America. I mean, this is one of those things you got to think about. Where's your luggage going to go? You're in Nicaragua. They throw your luggage on top of the bus. Right? Are you okay with that? Or is it going to fit someplace? Look, you're backpacking South America. You don't got a lot of space. These kind of things you got to think about. And too much luggage puts everybody in a difficult situation. So, Paige, thank you very much for the question. I hope this helps you kind of know some things that you can use with your friends or your family members that do overpack. So whether it is helping them pack, going through the packing list, or just going through their itinerary to help them figure out what to do, or just tricking them into thinking they need to go shopping when they travel, I hope this helps reduce the amount of luggage that your partner brings on your next trip. Anyway, I wish you all the best. I'll say bye from here in Innsbruck, Austria.